your running shoes on.
Oh, they're already ready.
Our shoes. Yep. We're going to do a little warm-up lap. We'll show you what lap we'll run because we're going to run swim.
You're going to run this lap 5 times, so memorize it.
Memorize it.
Unless you're not in front.
Get comfortable. Yeah. Then you just follow.
You want to just go?
Yep.
Let's do it.
We good?
Nice and easy. All right, after your first lap of running, you're going to hop in the water. You want to explain the swim?
Yep. So
you take off your shoes.
RX is going to be shoes here. You're going to go in on this side of the tree, and then you're going to do the swim around the buoys, clockwise. Right, that's clockwise? Yep. Clockwise. Then you're going to come out on this side of the tree, the far side of the tree. You grab your shoes, you'll take that run, do that same run we just did. That's one round. Well, one round starts with the run, finishes with the swim. We're going to do 5 rounds.
5 rounds.
If you don't feel comfortable or want to shorten the swim, just go around that first buoy, come all the way around this buoy, and then exit the same way that everybody else will be exiting. Be careful when you're entering. The people exiting have the right of way, okay? They can't really see you coming, so don't T-bone anybody. Take your time getting into the water. Chris?
So let's talk about what we're focusing on in this workout. There's a bunch of different things. Number 1, we want you to be pushing this run. The run is where the intensity is, not in the swim. We want you to think of the swim as a recovery piece. So one of the big problems that a lot of CrossFit athletes have when they go into the water, especially when they're hypoxic, is they have panic attacks. They're too afraid to put their head underwater. And we've seen it many times at the games where they'll do a beach event, they'll run to the ocean, and then they'll just stop. And it's fear that's limiting their ability to enter the water. So we want to work on that today. We want you actually to be hypoxic. We want you to push this run. It's 5 rounds. It's going to be a total of about 2,000 meters of running. And so we're expecting you to go hard. Each lap is roughly 400 meters. We want you to go hard. Now, a lot of you are going to have some apprehension because you're hypoxic and entering the water. Your job when you feel that way, and if you know you're anxious entering the water, if you're susceptible to having panic attacks, if you're afraid you're going to get kicked, your job is to get immediately in the water to your belly button. Immediately. And then start getting control of your breathing as you move from the belly button to about at the chest, which is going to take you a ways out in the water. But you're going to do a gradual transition instead of a sudden shock. This is how people go into hypoxic breathing in the water and they have a panic attack because it's too sudden of a transition for them. But the great athletes, the great ones realize that when you run and you're hypoxic, you can recover dramatically fast by going into horizontal swim position. So if I was doing this, I would go as fast as I possibly could and then take the dive and go in the water because I know that in about 10 seconds, I'm going to feel better again. But I know that because I've done it 1,000 times. If you haven't done it, you're going to have some fear, all right? So if you're one of those people, you got to come up with your plan now. I'm going to come through, I'm taking off my shoes, and I'm running in the water. My job is to get to my belly button, and then I get control of myself. You immediately get in. You do not wait on the shoreline because you'll have another transition as you get to your belly button. All right? We consider it in the water when you're at belly button where it's under the water. The hardest transition will be going from here to here. Get in control, and once you have control of the breath, then take your dive and go in. Cool on that? So that's the priority here. We're trying to get you to recognize if you have some anxiety, how to manage it. But ultimately, you got to get to the point where you're going to throttle as fast as you can in that run and you just dive right in and you know you're going to suffer for 10 seconds, but in 10 it will go away. And those are the reasons why they win, okay? Second thing is your transition. So I got to tell you a story real fast. So Cara Webb is a good friend and I worked with her in 2017 and it was the year after she lost the games by 2 points. And the reason why she lost the games by 2 points is because after the run, swim, run, she insisted on putting socks on. If she just didn't put socks on, she would have won. So there's a reason why Rich does a lot of training in 0 socks. One, when his foot sweats, it bonds the shoe to his foot, right? It makes a monolithic shoe. But the other is that he wants to make sure his feet are tough enough so that no matter what the run is, and he got sand in his shoes, doesn't matter to Rich because his feet are tough. Wasn't always the case though. Rich always had to wear his, ankle-high socks until he figured out that they accumulate about 5 pounds of water. Up to here, sorry. You know what I'm talking about. He would send me videos of him wringing out water out of his socks, and it was at least a half a gallon. Imagine carrying that weight. So, there's a bunch of different options with shoes, and we're just going to do a quick practice before we start. But you can get some basic technology where you could put in elastic laces like these here, or you could just do a quick tie if you insist on having your shoelace tight. Now, one of the things that Rich has learned is you don't need to tie your shoe tight in order to keep it on. Right? You don't. Rich's shoe is always like race ready. And that's what we want you to realize is that you don't need to have it tied all the way to the highest eyelid on your shoe in order to make a fast transition. Rich early on practiced, and now Rich could put his shoes on and off, put them on in 5 seconds. That's the goal for you. Can you put your shoe on from the approach to where you touch it to actually running in 5 seconds? So a lot of people panic on this. They panic because they're not sure what to do when they approach their shoe. I have a bunch of different options here, but when you have your shoe and you're running at it, what are you thinking about? The only thing you should think about is, where is my first contact with the shoe going to be? Which shoe am I going to use? So I always start with my right because I know that's my surest shoe, meaning I can get it on with a low risk of error. The point of contact is the tongue. You grab the tongue, all right? Now, some of you may want to sit because you're getting out of the water, you might be dizzy, but you grab the tongue, you grab the side of the shoe, and then you put the foot in, and that's one in. It's already pre-tied. I don't have quick laces, I don't have a zip tie, nothing. This is perfectly fine for me. It doesn't matter which shoe it is. This shoe doesn't have a tongue, but where am I grabbing it? I'm coming up, I know it's right shoe, I grab here, grab the side, put my foot in, and go. Already pre-tied, all right? So what we want you to do is take a little bit of time and retie your shoes. For many of you, you're gonna have to take the shoelace out of the top eyelet. So on the top of a shoe, this eyelet is what keeps your heel down in the shoe. So for some of you, you may have to remove it because it goes so high up the ankle. The other thing is, the mistake, they always have the bottom of the shoe too tight. Make sure the bottom of the shoe is loose, all right? So you can get your foot into this. Remember, it progressively gets more difficult because of fatigue and also you're wet, all right? So what we'd like you to do is put some shoes out, and honestly, when you take them off, they could be in any position. I come out of the water, all I'm thinking about is right shoe, grab the tongue. That's it, nothing else. So I come up, grab the tongue, grab the side, put that one on, grab the tongue, grab the side, and I go. That's all we want you to do. Cool? He keeps the first shoe on the ground. The reason why I could pick up the shoe is my balance is still really good, all right? So I'm able to stand and do it on one foot where I don't have to worry, all right?
Mobility.
Now, if you want to wear socks, hopefully you have a no-show sock, all right? But if you're doing this in a competition and you only have one exit out of the water into the run, you would roll the sock off and then you could roll it back on. That would be your fastest approach if you have to wear socks. I raced Sarah Sigmundsdottir out of the pond into the barn. She told me she had sensitive feet. All right, I'll race you. I was 200 meters down the road because she had to wear socks. I was 200 meters ahead of her. She immediately said, you know what? I won't wear socks, all right? But you got to train this. So, what we want to do is one practice round of the shoes before we start this workout. We would like you to lay your shoes out here. You're going to walk down here, pretending like you're exiting the swim. So leave your shoes here. We'll just do a trial run. We'll start back here. I want to make sure you guys have a long run up. So this is where athletes panic. They've never done this before and they panic. To eliminate your panic, what are you guys thinking of? The only one thing that's in your head is, what shoe am I grabbing and where am I grabbing it? That's all you think about. So there's nothing to panic on. Once you grab the tongue and the right shoe, your body's going to take over for itself, all right? So if you're nervous, if you have the anxiety of like, I've never done it, just think of one thing. It's the same thing if you're going into a competition and you have to climb a rope. What is your plant foot to make your 2 or 3 step jump? If you make it properly, as you jump, the rope will be there. You're practicing and thinking of one thing, okay? Grab which shoe, grab the tongue, grab on the side, and put it in. Your job is to figure out, do you like it Rich's way, where you have the shoe on the ground, or do you want to stand? All right? All right. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Just practice. Good. Nice, you guys. So for some of you, the shoe looks a little tight. All right, it's going to get worse as your foot gets wet. All right, Rich, I'll take them through some dynamic drills real quick, and then we'll just go. No, I want them to have that.
Panic. Got it.
Yeah. Right?
Lactic acid in the lats. Yep.
Right.
Let's do it.
All right, you guys, we're going to do some warm-up drills. We'll head down here. We'll just work some range of motion, and then we're just going to grip and rip. So let's go down here. You guys will march up the field. So go down this way, spread out. You guys can get in a couple of different rows, but just make sure you can see me. You guys should have your shoes on. You could have them on, because we're not swimming before this. There's no warm-up in the swim. We want you to realize what it feels like in a competition. This is awesome. I mean, it's really awesome. I mean, this is like a full-blown race, you know? All right. We're going to move through the drills. First drill we're going to do is over the hurdle drill. You have an imaginary hurdle here. You'll pick this knee up high, tight to the torso, bring it over the top of the hurdle, and it's a heel-toe movement. Bring it 10 yards up the field. After you're at 10 yards, just walk back. The purpose is to warm up your hip flexors. You're going to be using your hip flexors in your run and your swim. We got to wake them up. So we'll go about 10 yards up this field. After you hit about 10, we'll do a slow walk back. No, just straight up. Yeah, that's good. You guys can walk back. Our second drill we're going to do is a knee to chest drill. So we're standing tall. We're going to grab the front of the knee, pull straight up, and then it's a small step forward, heel toe. Stand tall, all right? March up the field. Here we go. 10, same thing, 10 yards up. Again, we're working the hips. Think about how your foot is making contact with the ground. Is it the heel first or the ball first?
What should it be?
You should be able to feel it. A lot of people can't feel it. All right, that's good. Let's walk back. You should be able to manipulate your heel strike or a midfoot strike. You should be able to do that. All right, next is what we call figure 4. You grab the bottom of the foot, grab the ankle, pull straight up, small pause, and then it's the same thing, heel toe. You'll go 10 yards up. You'll feel a small stretch on the outside. Now, if you land on your heel, you're activating your hamstrings. So if you have a workout with front squats and running, your front squats need your quads, then intentionally you should heel strike. But if you can't manipulate it, then you can't do that. That's why. All right, let's walk this one back. Next, we're going to go down into a lunge. So everybody, let's go down into our lunge. The knee that's touching the ground, you'll drive that same side palm up into the air and bring it cross body, and then you'll walk forward. All right, so it'll look just like this. All right, I want 3 steps on each side. Really push and lean. Good, you guys. This is going to be like a full-blown race. We should do a mass water start. I mean, why not? Screw it.
Mass start.
Yeah.
Throwing bows.
All right, next we're going to go down into lunge. This time it's a torso twist. So everybody down into the lunge. Whatever knee is out in front, that's the side you twist to. And you'll rotate it again, 3 on each side. This is awesome. All right, let's walk it back down. All right, we're going to go all the way up, but I want you to think about it in 5-yard increments. So we're going to walk 5 yards up on your toes. Short steps. After the 5 yards on your toes, you're going to walk with your toes up. Point the toes up. Real dorsiflex. Let's go. So on the toes up. After about 5 yards, switch and have the heels down. Walk on the heels. Yep. Stand tall. All right, now I want you to walk on the outside of the foot slowly. After about 5 yards, I'd say we are good. All right, Rich, we're up. We'll start them. One big heat. All right, we are starting as one big heat. One big heat. So what you need to be aware of is your positioning when you hit the water. You're safe until you hit the water. Remember, we're trying to create some anxiety. Bodies around you creates anxiety. The Ironman in Kona, it's 1,500 people, and if you're in the front and you go under, you got 1,500 bodies that swim over you until you come back up, all right? So it gets nerve-wracking with a lot of people. The most important thing you should be thinking about right now is, if you're afraid, be prepared for that when you hit the water. Anytime your brain's surprised by fear, it means that it's not going to actually perform. It's surprised. If you're afraid, recognize that you're going to be okay getting to the belly. Tell yourself that. And once you hit the belly button, you can slow down. That's all you should be thinking about if you're afraid. All right? Now, if you are afraid, I want you to recognize it happens at the highest level. At the highest level. All right? All right, any questions before we go?
I have a question.
Yep.
What are the transitions like going around the buoys? If you're doing freestyle, how do you transition to cut? What do you recommend?
So that's going to be a lot more advanced. The thing I would like you to think about is the exit. So we're going to talk about the exit here in a second. So the exit of the water is what most people make the biggest mistake. They stand too soon. You never stand until your finger hits the bottom of the ground. So if you're on the beach, it hits the sand. All right? When it hits the beach, you can stand. A lot of people want to stand way too early, and they lose their momentum. Okay? Stand when your fingertips touch. I'm impressed you taught him that.
I more do when if I'm going out and back, I just do the like.
So here, Rich, can you demo? Come here. You be the buoy.
I'll be the buoy.
So the question is how would you recommend going around this first buoy? If it is on my right shoulder, I'm going to swim until my right shoulder passes the buoy. As soon as it passes, I'll roll on my back and go in that direction. All right, so let's do it one more time. Buoy is on my right. That means my right shoulder has to pass the buoy. So I swim, right shoulder passes the buoy. I roll on my back, rotate, and I go in this direction.
These aren't sharp. The sharpest one you're going to have is this first one. So that one you might want to try that. If you've never done that, don't try that today. These aren't that sharp to where you can almost just kind of swim into them. It's not that bad, but that is super beneficial if you're going in out and back.
So remember, the core is the run. If you run fast and swim slow, you're doing it correctly. All right? We want you to run fast and recover in your swim. Cool?
You got a time gap?
No, but if you do get lapped, then you're doing one less lap. So if you get lapped, you're now down to 4. If you get lapped twice, you're down to 3. Cool? All right. I got my watch out. Ready? It's going to be fine. It'll be fine. All right, you guys good? All right, we're going in 5 seconds. Oh, you want it? Yeah, can we turn that one on? It is?
5.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go, Luke. Time to eat, Luke. Eat.
This is awesome, huh? You know, that's the thing is there's so many things that we could talk about, but it's overload. I mean, I talked to a good dozen of them before the workout, and they're so afraid of the swim, that's perfect for them here. But I don't think they're going to understand it until they're done.
I gotta wait till they separate a little bit.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool, though. It was looking like the local 5K. I think this shot coming down the hill. Yeah, really good. Nice job. Start thinking about your goggles. Start thinking about your goggles. Nice job, you guys. Nice job. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Nice job. Start thinking about your goggles. All right, if you're nervous of swimming, you got a lot of bodies around you. Your job, get to your belly button. That's it. If you get to your belly button, you've done good. Nice work. You got it, Bailey. Good job. Yep, move in. Move in. I love it. They're doing great. Great. Nice work, you guys. I'll bet they all do the whole swim. I bet they all do. It's one of those things where you don't want to be the first. I'm impressed though, like that full first group, they look good. And it's interesting too, to me, it looks like they're spread out, but when you're in the water and someone's 1.5 meters away, they're taking your air, it feels like. Nice job. So what I would love to see is when Rich actually stands. And so what you're looking for is when his fingertips hit the bottom, he should be standing. So right there, you can see actually when it did it because his shoulders hit. Nice job, Rich, that looked beautiful. Really good. I'm gonna do a lap with him. Is the water warm?
Yeah, it feels good.
I just want to watch you. Nice job. So, the reason why I wanted to run with Rich, because Rich breathes on a 4-step breathing cadence. He inhales for 2 breaths, meaning 2 steps, and he exhales for 2 steps. So 4 steps per cycle of breath. That rhythm is important because the brain is looking for a reliable and predictable breathing pattern so that it knows when the next dose of energy or oxygen is coming into the body. If it's randomized breathing, how does it not know you're going to go into a 1-minute breath hold? Now what makes it easy though, if you have 2 movements such as running and swimming, does your cadence change when you change movements? And what I want you to look at is Rich. So Rich breathes on a 4-count cadence when he runs. So it's ha, 1, 2, 3, ha, 1, 2, 3, ha. And that's what his brain is used to. Watch when he's coming around here. He breathes every time on the right side. So it's ha, 1, 2, 3, ha, 1, 2, 3, ha, 1, 2, 3, ha, 1, 2, 3, ha. It is the exact same cadence when he runs. The exact same. And so his transition from one movement to the other is faster because his brain is aware of that nice, reliable, predictable breathing pattern. Nice job, you guys. Let's get to that belly button. Just get in there. You can walk once you're out there, but do not stop on the shoreline. Get out there. Nice work. Good, good, good. Yep, just get to the water. Get in the water and keep moving. Just get to the belly button and then rethink. The best part is you get them to the belly button, they're going to go in. So you give them a safe spot, and then once they're there, it's like, I got this. That's why you do it in increments. Good job, keep moving, get out to that belly button, and then you can slow it down. Good, I love that hustle. Nice job, nice job, nice job. Let's watch this transition. Beautiful. You got it, don't panic.
I need some practice on that.
So what I want you to do here, focus on a shorter step. Short step going up the hill, short. So keep the feet kind of flat, don't toe off so much, save the calves. Flat until you get past the steep section. Yep, keep them flat, you're shuffling. And now you can start opening it up as it levels off. That's nice, good. Perfecto, big stud. Nice job, you guys. Good, 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 good. Beautiful job. That was perfect. Outstanding, outstanding. Shake your arms out a little bit, yeah. When we start seeing the shoulders climb, the stride length shrinks. You gotta keep that nice V in the shoulders. I'm gonna give you some tips here. Short step going up this hill, short. Shuffle, keep the feet flat to the ground. Don't toe off with your calves. You gotta recover here a little. All right, once you get past the steep part, you could open it up. Okay. Yeah, that looks nice. Shorter steps on the steep. Nice, baby. Shake those arms. It's very difficult to keep your arms relaxed with swimming. Yeah, so you can see she's starting to carry, but she's still relaxed. What you want is a nice, that V shape. Good. You look good though. Nice job. Wow, outstanding. Looks nice. Perfect. Let's get control of that breath as we go. I want to listen to you. Wow, good job. You were at 4, now you're 6. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. So 8's too fast long. Go to a 6, huh? 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is perfect. How do you know how you're doing this?
I know.
You don't? That's a 6. So, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to a 4. So a 6 is too much. 2, 3, That is, now that's your cadence. You got that one? It's a 4. 4 steps per cycle of breath, and it's perfect. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. That's your cadence. That's your natural rhythm. All right? 4. It's not 8, not 6, it's 4. That was beautiful. Well done. That was so good. You hear? Paige, you can hear a 4. Nice work. Nice, looking good. Wow, nice and relaxed. Good. Shake those shoulders out before getting in that water. Wow, Rich is already coming down. So Rich, when he runs, he's on a perfect 4 breathing cadence. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's on a perfect 4. Nice job, Rich. That's a nice 4 count cadence you have in breathing. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. That's nice. Good. That's exactly what Rich and I do. It's good. We got nice. Which part of that shoe are we grabbing? Which part of that shoe? Nice job. Good. How are you?
Relax my shoulders?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
Your running's beautiful, but your shoulders are,
It's very tense.
yeah, it just
Arms
shrinks your, yeah.
Down?
Yeah, your arms were good. Just relax
Okay.
your shoulders so your stride can open up a little more.
Okay.
Like if you shrug, it shrinks in your stride.
Okay.
Yeah, but your running looks good.
Thank you. For a gym, that's not too bad, right?
Really good. Really good.
We don't make very good
That's how I feel.
yeah.
Let's see how you feel. I'll run with you.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna listen to your breathing, all right? Let's not go super fast. Short steps up the steep hill. Short steps. Good. Now you can make them a little longer. Let me hear you. Exhale. There you go. Louder. 6. 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 6. So you're breathing randomly. Let's go to a 6 count cadence. 6 steps, 1 breath. I'll count for you, with you. 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you're going to an 8. Exhale. 5, 6. You're very random. Let's lock it in. Slow down. This is important you learn this.
Yes, sir.
So, exhale. 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is perfect. That's the rhythm we're talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got it? You're a beautiful 6. That was outstanding. Seven, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful 8 count. It's outstanding. Really good. Nice job. I'm glad you're fit. That could be cool. I'm gonna go again. Right here. I'm gonna listen to your breathing, okay? When I'm listening for the rhythm of your breath, right?
Okay.
Do you know you're on a 5 count, right?
Gotcha.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
That was outstanding. 5. We've got a 4, 5, 6, 8. Perfect. You're on a 4 count. You're hurting, but you're okay. You're now on a 3. Let's slow down. When you go to a 3, you're hyperventilating.
Okay.
Slow down.
I promise I'm okay though. My breathing sucks.
I know I'm helping you. That is what we want. See the difference?
Yeah.
You got that? That's the rhythm of the breath. You're a 4. 4 steps per cycle of breath. That's so good. It's amazing. Those simple skills are changers in people's careers. And it's something that they just never thought about it. They never heard about it. You know, a lot of talk about breathing these days, but it's all this advanced stuff. And the basics are getting lost with everybody wanting to add their own spin. And the truth is, you need to have a reliable and predictable breathing pattern. Everybody, though, has their own unique pattern. And that's what we're seeing out here. We're seeing 4, 5, 6, 8 counts, meaning 8 steps per cycle of breath. If you lock that in, the brain knows when the next dose of energy is coming. And if it does know, it frees up more muscle fibers, meaning it makes whatever you do easier. 2, 3, 4. Let's listen to Paige. Paige is incredible. Paige is an old student, so the breathing is beautiful.
Sorry?
Your breathing is perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Paige is working and there's no denying it. She's a typical 4 count breather, but by choice, she's on a 3 count, meaning she is really pushing. There's no denying that she's working hard. A 3 count, that's when your demand for oxygen is exceeding what you can supply. Essentially, you're hyperventilating. You're in a non-sustainable pace. And I love that Paige, a games athlete, first year, is taking a risk, because that's how you learn. I love it. I love it. I think that's what the job of a coach is, to write content, write programming that encourages athletes to take a risk so they can do something that's seemingly impossible. And if you get them to do that and they know it was seemingly impossible, that's where they build their courage. They build their confidence, and that's what we're looking for. Take a risk, and if you fail, I got you. We'll fix it. If you don't take a risk, you're never gonna get better. Nice job on that. Come on, where's my quick transition? You guys can swim slow if you want.
I got lapped. I did 4.
You're in, you're done.
I did 4. Am I supposed to stop?
Yes, you got lapped.
I got lapped. Taylor,
Yep, you guys are all done.
Awesome. They all lapped me. Oh, good.
You're done. You're done.
I use that on the next one.
A game changer, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Took me a
so,
little while to get it figured out.
but that's where people will come to me and they'll go, I have no idea, but I just had the race of my life. And probably they locked in a reliable breathing pattern. And so the brain knows when the next dose of energy is coming, and so it can free up more muscle fiber. It makes whatever you do easier. But if it's random,
Yeah.
then,
That's hyperventilating.
right, we'll talk about that in a second, because I want you to see what Rich does and why he is unique. Yeah, that was good though. Really good job. Great.
Once I got through 3, and I
Dude, nice job, man.
it just gave me a little motivation to go a little faster. Appreciate the coaching.
Yeah. Will you hop in the water when they're done? I want to, and I don't want to tell you, I want you just to swim.
Okay.
But I ran with a lot of people and we did a bunch of breathing work. And we had 4s, 5s, 6s, and 8s.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that a little, but I want to talk about it not only in running, but in swimming.
I've been doing those 4 miles on Sunday every.
You have?
I don't really like. I've started looking at the pace. But I did last week. I did 4 miles on an air runner.
Yeah.
29:30.
Jeez. You guys are done.
From no.
You're done.
No warm up, just straight into it, Chris.
Yeah.
That's just 4 miles. Is what I do on Sunday. Like
Dude, that's awesome.
watch a movie or a sporting event.
So, I want to talk about the cadence of the breath. I ran with many of you, and when we're talking about the cadence of the breath, when we run, it's how many footsteps do you make per cycle of breath. So some of you were on an 8, some was on a 6, right? Some was on a 5, and there were many on a 4-count cadence, meaning you were breathing every 4 steps. So it was an exhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale. Rich breathes. Nice job. Come on out. So Rich breathes when he runs on a 4 count. So it will look like this. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, ha. 1, 2, 3, ha. That rhythm is the most important thing. If you establish a rhythm in your breathing pattern, the brain knows when the next dose of energy is coming into the body. If it's random, how does the brain not know you're going to go into like a 1-minute breath hold? You have to have consistency in your breathing. Now we have 2 movements in this workout, running and swimming. I want you just to watch Rich swim and look at his breath. All right? When does he breathe? All right. So he breathes on the right side every stroke. Breath, breath, breath. 1, 2, 3, breath. 1, 2, 3, breath. 1, 2, 3, breath. 1, 2, 3, breath. It's a 4-count cadence. So does his brain have to make a switch? Thank you, Rich. That was awesome.
Thank you. The time is awesome.
So he runs on a 4 count and he swims on a 4 count. So when he gets in the water, the brain's expecting a 4 count. What if you bilaterally breathe? Meaning you breathe breath, breath. That's a 6 count, right? Breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ha, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ha. That's a 6 count. So if you're a runner on a 4 count and then you bilaterally breathe, there's going to be a transition problem for you. And you need to know that. So you either switch to a 4 and a 4 or a 6 and a 6, or you're going to have a lag. Does that make sense? That's why he's got an advantage. He's smart. All right? He has no transition. Cool? That was awesome.
That was good. That's hard. 4, 5 rounds.
So the other thing that I worked on a lot of you was going up this hill. I know it wasn't very steep, but it is steep. You had a transition, and what the problem will be is when you run up that hill, your stride frequency is going to slow way down. Well, your brain's going to get used to that slow turnover. So when you get onto the flat, it's going to want to go slow because you went slow up the hill. So for everybody that I ran up the hill with, what did I say? Short steps. So you could have a fast cadence. So you get to the top of the hill and you maintain the fast cadence. And the way you go faster is your stride gets longer and longer and longer. So when you go uphill, you must shorten your step to maintain your cadence. As soon as your cadence slows down, the brain thinks something's wrong. And it's not going to make you feel good. Rich has different stride lengths based upon the terrain. all right? It's not by accident. So if you go uphill, short stride length. Keep the same turnover so that when you get to the flat, that turnover is the same. You just get longer and longer and longer. That's why when Rich runs downhill, uphill, and flat, the only thing that's different is his length, all right? Nice job, you guys. Rich, thank you. I always appreciate coming out here.
Well, thank you for the transition tips. Are huge.
Yeah.
One of the
Yep.